Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you a newcomer to my builds, my Druid Swarmblade. This is a brand new form that we just got with 084. I have been streaming it for 10 hours. I have tested it and I'm ready to give you the Hive Queen or King. I don't know what it is. As always, we will go over skills, gameplay, passives, gear, break down the character sheet, and everything is timestamped in the description below. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now the skills I'm going to be using are Maelstrom, Eterras Blessing, Summon Scorpion, Swarmblade Form, and Serpent Strike. Now if you didn't notice, when you are a Hive Queen or King, this is a Minion build. So we are starting off our Swarmblade with summoning, okay? And you will see how we do this. We're gonna start with throwing up our Scorpion, because obviously you cannot summon the Scorpion when you are in form. And it's gonna crap out little Scorpions. Go ahead, there you go. And then we're gonna go into Swarmblade. Now when you're in Swarmblade, you are gonna be able to summon a Hive. And I will show you. You could summon 1, 2, 3. And we use big Locust. Look at them. They keep just popping out pretty damn fast. Look how many we have. And by the time they are dying, we can already summon 3 more Hives and we still have Locust active. So it is very easy to maintain lots of big Locusts as you are playing. Now, Maelstrom, you are going to trigger Maelstrom from killing things and through using Dive. Dive is a skill. It's like a little dash, and every time you use it, you're gonna get 3 stacks. So now we already have 6 stacks. Now we have 9 stacks, and we aren't even in combat. There's another skill that you can use for Swarmblade, which is Swarm Strike, and you do this little strike in a circle. Okay, hold on, we're gonna come out of form right now. I need to explain this because it's very important. So Swarm Strike not only hits all enemies in a circle, but it also will kill your Locusts. So if you're fighting, and you keep using Swarm Strike and you don't have any Locusts, it's because Swarm Strike consumes your Locusts. Let me show you. All right, so we make 3 Hives. All of our little Locusts are around us, and when you use Swarm Strike, they are all gone. And then you create a swarm. What is it called? You create a Locust Swarm. So when you do that, you create a Locust Swarm, and you do not want to do that. Okay? And now we got all our Locust minions, and we accidentally hit E for Swarm Strike, and now we have created a Locust Swarm, and all of our minions are gone. Now, Locust Swarm does okay damage, but you are way better off having your Locusts. Took me a long time to realize that. I'm like, where the hell did all my minions go? Oh, I am killing them myself. You're sacrificing them to the storm. So just remember that. All right. And then for Serpent Strike, I will show you that in the tree. You're going to be able to use the entire tree for Serpent Strike. All right. The Hive Queen. Let me show you what we can do. Now it is very easy to keep your 6 stacks of Maelstrom up. So you will always have Frenzy and you will always have Haste. Get up those steps. We are the Hive Queen. I say Queen. Everyone's like, oh, the Druid. I streamed this for 10 hours again today. People are like, Druid, the Primalist is a man. I was like, yeah, but, you know, like, queens own the nest, you know? I don't know. So as you can see, we are tearing through it. And you can just keep moving. I'm really not picking up gear, even though I should be. Go get him. It is a very fun build. You are quick. We gotta pick up uniques. What if it has legendary potential? And I can say that the Locusts that they used have very good AI. So I did notice that right away. A lot of the time I'm not even paying attention and they're just running everywhere, killing everything. It's like a perfect example. Fear the bug. Now we do spec all of our gear and passives into minion damage. You do a little damage yourself, but really what you are focused on is you are shredding armor and you have kill threshold. You will also crit more often and build health off your hits. You're tearing through this. Fear the bug. Wish the Locust moved a little faster, but it's not too bad. Boo. Yeah. You are the queen or king as a Swarmblade. Now, one thing you will notice, how many times did I come out of form during that run? The answer is 0. Let me show you how to recreate this build. Starting off with skills, we're gonna go right down the line. And remember, everything is timestamped in the description. Let's check out Serpent Strike. I'll give you 1 second to screenshot it if you need to. And moving on. Now again, you are not doing a majority of the damage. Your minions are. You are a queen, king, whatever. So Serpent Strike isn't going to do a lot of damage, but it is going to keep you alive, and I will show you why. So you want to go up first, culling point. You're going to have an 18% kill threshold. Just right off the bat, 18% is huge. If you only had this, it would still be worth it. So 3 into culling point. 2 into Devour Prey. This is going to give you life back. 2 into Eye of the Viper. This is going to give you crit chance. 3 into Confidence. Now, this is going to give you health back on crit, which you're going to be critting more often. You then want to come straight down and go into Plague Bringer. It's going to give you a chance to inflict plague. Then you want 4 into attack speed. Obviously, you'll hit faster. And then 5 into Breaking Point so that you shred armor every single time you hit. Now, on our first iteration of Serpent Strike, the first thing we did is we went into Primal Serpent, because you can make a melee hitting primal, looks like a little dragon, snake, serpent. But even with it fully spec'd, it just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And in order to trigger it, you have to do the killing in order to make it appear. So it just did not work. I literally spec'd the whole thing into Serpent to see if maybe we can make it do some damage, and it just was not worth it. I liked using Serpent Strike this way, where you are getting healing back when you hit and kill, where you are getting kill threshold, and you are plaguing and shredding armor. This is the way I like to do it. That is Serpent Strike. Moving over to our new skill, Swarmblade. We'll give you a second to take a look or screenshot it. And moving on. Now, I want to be clear. You can go watch it. I streamed for 10 hours this build. And we tried it every which way from a minion perspective. We went all little ones. Then we went only strong big ones. Then we tried Locust Swarm, where we consume them using minion damage. We made an entire Frost Swarmblade that was all dedicated to cold by going down with Frost Bites. None of it really worked out. Ice worked okay, but you just did not do enough damage. So after all that testing, this is where we went, all right? I went up first, 1 into Viper's Call. This allows you to use Serpent Strike. 2 into Endless Pressure. This is what allows you to not transform out. As long as you put 2 points. 1 point, you will come out of form a couple times. 3 points, your rage pretty much never moves. 2 points is perfect. 2 into Endless Pressure. You can make it through a full run in Swarmblade. All right? Then come down, 1 into Earth Stinger, 2 into Needle-like Sting, and 1 into Hornet's Nest. This is what allows you to have big locusts. I tried a bunch of little locusts. I tried a bunch of, or a less big locusts, but stronger. You want big locusts, all right? Then you come down, you want 2 into Locust Agility so that you can get Water Strider. This allows you to have 3 stacks of Maelstrom every single time you use Dive. You do not take Water Strider, then you do not need Maelstrom. Okay? Then you come left, Grand Colony, 1 into Hive Mind, and 3 into Bountiful. Now, this is going to make it so more locusts come out, and they come out quicker. This is going to make it so you have 1 additional charge, so you can make an additional hive. And this is going to make it where you can make the hives more often. All right? So your locust is coming out quicker. They're spawning faster. You can make hives quicker. You can make an extra hive. And when they pop out, they are big locusts with more crit chance, more damage, and they've got some dodge and armor. That is the best way to run Swarmblade based upon my 10 straight hours of testing. I'm going way into more detail than I did previously. Moving on to Maelstrom. This is literally identical to how I ran it with Werebear. And we did a lot of testing too. We made this cold. We did everything we could. I ran it the exact same way. You want 3 into Whirlpool, 2 into Sleet-Footed, 1 into Cyclone, so it becomes a physical skill instead of ice or cold. Then you want 4 into Turbulence, 4 into Gathering Storm, 4 into Calm, 1 into Windswept, and 1 into Wind Fury. So this makes it where you always have haste and you always have Frenzy. Every time you kill, you will cast, you have a 1 in 5 chance of casting Maelstrom, and it doesn't cost as much mana, which again helps you stay in form. Maelstrom looks like a staple skill so far for Druid. Moving on to Summon Scorpion, and now we were looking through skills, and we tried Thorn Totem. I didn't try Bear because I didn't want it. I know they're going to switch up Bear. I looked at Stormcrows, decided not to go Stormcrows. We tried Summon Spriggan. I know a lot of people like Summon Spriggan. We went Wolf Pack, and then I decided on Scorpion. Okay, so I did look at everything else. What's nice about Scorpion is its minion tags are physical, melee, minion, companion, strength, which is all the scaling tags we are using for everything else. So it fits perfectly as a damage dealer, and you can make it shoot out of its butt little baby scorpions, and they really do come out of its butt. All right, take a look at Scorpion. I'll give you a second to screenshot it. Moving on. You want 3 into Steel, 3 into Pinches and Pokes, 1 into Ironclad, 3 into Maternal Instinct. This is where you get your baby scorpions. 2 into Rites, 4 into Scurry, and 4 into Temper Tantrum. You want your little baby scorpions. They really do damage too. We tried this in the cold version, even proccing Ice Thorns. No. Run it this way. Your Scorpion will also be pretty damn big. And I will show you how we're going to buff Scorpion through the passives in a minute. Last but not least, we want Eterras Blessing. Now, every single time we cast Eterras Blessing, it is awesome. We get a healing totem. Okay, give you a second to screenshot it. Moving on, you want 5 into Improved Blessings, 3 into Ancestral Renewal, 1 into Purge, 1 into Efflorescence, 1 into Regrowth, 4 into Ardent Touch, and 5 into Safeguard. So, Eterras Blessing will proc because of our passives, and I will show you that as well. Every single time you use it, it's basically going to heal you up. It's going to cast a healing totem. It's going to help you with all your resistances. It is going to make your minions stronger. It's going to cleanse you, and it's going to heal you. Great for survivability. Blah, blah, blah. All right, those are the skills. Moving over to passives, and right now I am level 91. Actually, we're almost level 92. I think we're going to hit that tomorrow for sure. In the base class for Primalist, you only want 20 points into it, which is the absolute minimum you can go. You want 8 into Natural Attunement, 8 into Primal Strength, 1 into Blades so that you can dual wield axes, and 3 into Survival of the Pack. Then next you go over to Shaman and you want 8 into Shamanistic Infusion for your attunement and your penetration. Then you bounce over to Beastmaster, 8 into Yersin Strength, 1 into Savagery, 1 into Loyalty. This is what allows you to only have one companion, your Scorpion. It's going to make it bigger and do 85% more damage. Then you want 5 into Boarheart. This gives you aspect of the boar, so anytime you take a hit, you're going to stay alive. I know it doesn't make sense. You take a hit and you stay alive. Yes, because then you want 5 into Porcupine Concentration. Your damage reduction is going to be 15%. Plus this, another 16. Does literally 31% less damage taken by nearby enemies. Okay. Then you bounce over to the Druid where we have 56 points. It has been remade. You want 7 into Pride Immortal, 7 into Prowess, 1 into Blessed Springs, 8 into Blossoming Garden. What this does is it allows you, every time you use Dive on your Swarmblade, which is literally all the time because you're proccing Maelstrom, it is going to proc Eterras Blessing. So this is how you proc Eterras Blessing while in Swarmblade. It is through Blossoming Garden. Very, very important. Then you want 4 points into Focus Wrath. This gives you more damage and reduces your rage decay. Another way how you stay in Swarmblade. Go up, you want 5 into Wind in the Leaves. It's going to give you attack speed and attack speed for your Locust. 3 into Bush Stalker. You only want 3 because that is where you get your bonus on Leech for health. Then you want 8 into Wisdom. Also very important. This makes it where all your attunement counts as also crit avoidance. Very fun. One of my favorites. You then want 1 into Woodland Beings so that you can put 1 into Duality. This is another node where it limits you to 1 companion. It's going to give it 75% more life, more damage, and more armor. So 2 different nodes are going to proc or buff that Scorpion. Then you want 8 into Rageborn. Again, 8 is what you want to get the bonus in points. And right now I am leveling up Impervious, which again, when your melee hits, you have a chance to gain Impervious, which again, less damage from hits, helps keep you alive. This is actually a very tanky build. Those are the passives. Moving over to gear, starting with idols. Now, all this gear I am using, again, was found during my 10-hour stream, so it is not end game gear. And I've been really busy, but all these builds will have build guides or build planners in the description. Just be patient, they will be coming. All right, we're starting off with idols. We have increased melee damage while transformed and melee attack speed. We have critical strike multiplier while transformed, an aspect of the boar. We have minion critical strike chance and vitality. We have increased minion damage physically. We have physical damage and health. And then in here, we just have a couple health and stun avoidance, increased stun chance and void resistance, and then increased critical chance and cold resistance. So obviously the idols could be better. I think the best one we have is probably this. You want a couple of these, vitality and increased minion critical strike chance. That would be the ideal idol. All right, moving over to gear, nothing is required on this build. You do want to find axes that have increased melee physical damage. I will show you. Ready? Starting with our helmet, strength attunement, amulet. We just threw death rattle on for the minion critical strike multiplier, but a good rare or exalted amulet would be better than this. Okay, kind of a placeholder. Axe. 191 increased melee minion melee damage, armor, strength and attunement, and health. Weapon, increase minion melee damage. Ring, minion damage, minion health. Belt, minion damage, minion health. Ring, strength and minion damage. Relic, minion damage and minion health. Boots, attunement and movement speed with hybrid health. And then gloves, minion damage and minion health. That is the gear. Moving over to the character sheet. Now from the gameplay you saw, the character we are working with, strength right now we have 58 points, attunement we have 61, so if you total those together, that is 119 points to strength and attunement. Our movement speed is at 40%, but remember you are literally going to have haste the whole time, as long as you are remembering to use dive, which is really easy. Breaking down resistances. Obviously we need to tweak our gear. I know that, but we're getting there. Fire's at 106, lightning 43, cold is maxed, physical's almost there, poison's almost there, necrotic needs 20, and void needs 30. So they're all in the right direction. We just need to spread out some of this cold and fire and get a couple extra items. When you look at damage, again, your damage does not matter. This is a minion build. So for your minion damage, 300% to minion damage, 626% to melee minion damage, and then on here, increase minion health, 442%. Minion critical strike chance, 9%, but that's just the base. It's more than 9% because of what you take from the skill trees. And then minion critical strike multiplier, 332. For defenses, our critical strike avoidance is at 125. Our endurance and endurance threshold are at 326. Nothing too big there, but that is the character sheet. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. I want to know your opinion of my Hive Queen. I'm gonna say she's a queen. Is there anything I can do to push this build farther? Let me know in the comment section below. We still have 2 days of our Druid extravaganza. We played Werebear for 10 hours. We played Swarmblade for 10 hours. Tomorrow is going to be Spriggan, and Monday is going to be Multiform. First link in the description if you'd like to go there and support me on Twitch. We are having so much fun as a community, and the entire time I am giving away Last Epoch game keys. I've already given away 6. Yes, 6 game keys for Last Epoch and 2 custom action RPGs hats. It's a really good time. All my other build guides are linked in the description below. Everything will have a build planner and a loot filter. Check out the description. I hope you all enjoyed our new Swarmblade. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.